Welcome back, everyone, to Singularity Roleplay. Tonight, oh wow, I totally screwed that up. Welcome back, everybody, to Singularity Roleplay for episode 4 of Breaking Neon, a gritty and dark noir investigation with a twist for City of Mist. While those of us around the table have our safety tools in place, it's important to understand that the content you might view tonight may not be something you're comfortable with. If at some point during the show you become uncomfortable or find the topics discussed just a little too much, please take a step back, get some air, take some time to yourself, and hopefully we'll see you back here. This particular game has the following content warning: corruption, drug use, mentions of sex work, death, explanations of forensic anatomy, as well as, oh, I already said corruption. Viewer discretion is advised. So I'm going to go ahead. As you can see, we are missing a couple of people tonight. Unfortunately, Fail and Democleve couldn't make it in for tonight's session. Directly below me, though, we'll start with Janie.
Hi, I am Janie Pot 7575. I really like to play games and make up stories with people. You can follow me on social media at that thing.
Very nice. To her, I guess that would be right, is Shockpoint.
Hi, welcome back, everyone. I'm Shockpoint Failure. You can refer to me as Shockpoint, Shock, Fails. I'm among other things. I think referring to me as Fail would get some confusion with Fail down below. Other than that, yes, you can find me on Twitter at Shockpoint622, but that can be saved until later, as well as all the random projects I have going on at this particular moment. It is good to be back. I'm reprising my role as Amit Moreno.
Very nice. Last but not least, directly below him is Ingredients.
Hey y'all, my name is Mark, and I'm back reprising the role of Leif Finmore, a somewhat, well, not conventionally handsome bartender who has a heart of gold.
Yes, that's right. And I am the MC for tonight. And as part of the tradition of City of Mist, we begin with a monologue, this time coming from Lola. Lola, it's all yours.
It's raining tonight. I like to walk in the rain to think when things get all mixed up like they got. When I married Johnny, he was a bastard. He was a bastard until he passed away. But there was somebody before him. But see, I wasn't always a wife of a businessman, mafia man. One time I was a college student ready to go to medical school, and I met this wonderful younger student. And instead of following my heart with her, I went on the back of a motorcycle and I just let love pass me by. And now it looks like I've lost the second chance that I thought I had. Looks like I'm just going to be out here in the rain myself, thinking, how did my life get to here? Where I'm committing crimes on a daily basis and have people's lives in my hands. I never wanted this life, but it's mine now. And well, tonight looks like I'm facing a monster. Don't know what's going on, but I know in these situations, Nemesis usually comes to help. And that's all I have.
Very nice. So last we left off, our group was investigating a strange case. People around the town have been winding up losing their heads. A mysterious young girl by the name of Sarah is on the run, and our crew has finally gotten around to her. Janie, we last ended with you in the alleyway. You've ran into a strange woman who's talking about Sarah, saying, "Don't worry, darling, I will protect you." And she's placed a razor blade against your throat.
I'm not going to hurt her.
That's what they all say.
Who?
Everyone.
Well, if you're hurting her,
John's.
okay, I can send somebody to take care of that for you.
No, I'll take care of it myself. Move aside.
Okay, so can I go back to crying?
And she just kind of pushes past you to go for Sarah. I'm going to go ahead and go over to Amit. Amit, what are you up to right now?
Let's see. We're still inside the I want to say club, right?
Correct.
Okay, I'm trying to just remember what exactly we were doing towards the end of last session.
Last session, you guys had been chasing after Sarah, and your trail had led you here to this club where she was last seen, or to the one of the places she was last seen.
All right. We were talking to somebody when we kind of got split up, weren't we? I'm trying to remember.
Yes, you were
We
talking.
were talking to Sweets, I think his name was. Is it
Yep.
owner of the club?
Yeah, Sweets is the owner, and his lead saxophone player, Coda. And that's why Lola is outside crying.
And Sweets had just told me, at least, that I was allowed to go back to the waiting area room where the musicians' next act, etc., come on, so I could look for someone.
All right. And seeing that Lola is MIA, I'm probably would be the best to make sure that our ride and friend and financial support is not having too many issues. So I'm just gonna go look for her.
Who? I'm sorry. Who are you saying that to?
The group in general, as I kind of just
Oh, okay.
branch off and go.
So me, because I'm the only person, or actually, I think you might be just with Sweets by yourself, because he sent a waitress, I think, to just escort me back to the room so where I could go look for I forget what her name was.
Sarah.
Sarah slash Joanne.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're just standing by yourself, bro.
Well, then I'm just saying that to the ether. Then, as I still go out and try to find Lola to see where she disappeared to, and here are all my notes for this game.
All right. Well, how do you get outside? Do you go through the front door, or do you try to take the side entrance?
Mm. I'm gonna go try and take the side entrance.
Okay. As you make your way down to the side entrance, you push past a woman in a black fur coat. She is beelining it for what appears to be the dressing rooms.
All right, cat-like curiosity is kicking in. I'm about facing, and I'm going to try and follow her and see what she's about to do.
Okay. While you are doing that, Leaf, you said you were heading towards the dressing rooms, right?
I believe, yeah, I believe that Samuel Sweets had a one of his employees escort me to the dressing room so I could look for Sarah slash Joanne.
All right. You get down there, and you're inside the band's locker room. You see a young girl kind of curled up in the corner. She's got a leather jacket draped over her as she's grabbing onto her knees, and she looks up really quickly as you open the door.
What does she look like?
She's short, blonde, long hair, looks like she's seen hell.
Okay, then at this point, given that she's short and has blonde hair, and she looks like she's been through some stuff, I'm going to assume that this is Sarah slash Joanne because she fits the description. So, Leaf is going to. He was going to go over anyway, just because it seems that there's someone who's had a rough time, but especially because it seems to be the person that he's looking for. So Leif is going to walk over towards her and crouch down next to her. He's like maybe 3-4 feet away, like probably 3 feet away. He's going to be close enough that he can speak to her in a low voice that like he doesn't draw the attention of everyone, but still far enough away that she doesn't feel threatened or anything. Especially since he's a good foot taller than her.
Who are you?
Um, would you happen to be would you happen to be Sarah?
Yes, you didn't see that person in the alleyway, did you?
I just came here straight from the bar. I was talking to Mr. Sweets, the owner. Um, I'm a friend of your brother, Anthony.
Anthony?
Yeah,
Oh, thank God.
he regulars my bar, and he asked me to keep an eye out for you if I ever came across you. He's been quite worried. He hasn't been able to get a hold of you in some time. So, I told him that I knew a couple of people and I'd keep my eye out. So I'm really glad I found you. Are you okay?
No. There's somebody after me. And as soon as she finishes that sentence, the door flies open. Emmett, you watch as this woman just pushes past you and goes towards the band room, and she just shoves the door open.
Leif's head is going to whip around real quick to see the commotion, and then he's going to look back at Sarah. How does she react to this?
She looks frightened, absolutely terrified. They're the ones killing everyone.
Yeah. So Ahmed was like right behind her, maybe not right behind her, but he's like right outside the door. You probably would have
Leif,
heard that.
Leif is Leif is going to stand up straight to his full height.
Perhaps. Hmm. Perhaps you should all stand down if you don't wish to die.
Um, I really don't like confrontation, but this this young woman seems to be rather. She doesn't seem to care much for you or your methods of whatever you're doing. I must insist that you leave her alone.
I'm trying to protect her.
You don't seem to be doing a very good job. You've actually frightened the well everything out of her. You've
I,
made her rather uncomfortable. Can you please at least just stay where you are? Don't please don't come any closer. Uh, I need to make sure that she is safe, as I was asked to look for her.
Listen, Sarah, I'm so sorry that you've gotten mixed up in all of this, but I can protect you. Tell me who's after you, sweetie. I'll keep you safe. Now
Leif is.
back away from my daughter.
I was asked by her brother to keep her safe, and I can't do that. I don't know who you are.
My name is Angela Fleet. This is my daughter.
Fleet. Do I know that Anthony's last name is Fleet?
Anthony's last name is not Fleet.
Then Leif is going to still stand. He's going to position himself directly between this lady and Sarah, like close enough that he's still within the 3 feet. He might have taken a half step back with his left foot to kind of put himself into a bit more of an offensive stance if things go that way, but he's not directly antagonizing. It's just kind of getting ready to, if something happens, he's getting ready to react.
Speaking
Okay.
of, can I be just like slowly sneaking up behind her while all this conversation is going on, just in case?
Yeah, go ahead and sneak around and give me 1 second. Because she has a thing.
How large is this woman?
In her 4-inch pumps, she's probably about 6'2".
So she's still smaller than me,
Yeah.
but she is a big lady. 6'2" and only 4-inch heels.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead. This will be at a -1.
Okay. Uh, can I slap unpredictable moves on that to negate that?
Yes, you may, unless there's other tags you want to add to that.
There is not, and that's going to be a 6.
Woof.
Yeah.
Before I get to that, Janie, what are you up to aside from probably losing your mind?
Is the woman still in the alley? The other one, the one that was running?
She ran back inside.
Okay.
That was Sarah,
Oh,
and Angela pushed past you to get inside.
okay. I'm going to go. It's going to take a second, and I'm going to feel kind of mad that people are hurting this poor girl and go inside to see if I could help.
Okay. You come around the corner just in time to watch Amit get essentially he's got a razor blade resting up against his throat. Angela didn't even bother looking in your direction. She goes, "There's no way you can sneak up like that."
Oh. Huh. This is embarrassing.
Don't kill him. He's fine. He works with me.
Not the phrasing I would use at this particular moment.
I'm please going to have to ask you to. I don't want things to get extreme. Would you please stand down?
I'm trying to figure out who keeps sending people after my daughter.
Oh,
So if
we're
you're here
trying
to
to find
really
the same thing, but everything we found so far is that it's you chasing after her, and she's rather scared of you. Also, I don't recognize your last name. It doesn't match hers.
she was taken from me,
By oh,
the prison system. I was pregnant with her when I was arrested. I was only released from prison about a year ago.
then why is her last name different?
Because when they take kids, they change everything about them, their names, who their families are,
That
basically
doesn't.
identities. So her last name would be different if she was taken while she was pregnant and in jail.
But that doesn't explain her older brother.
Well, if he was born before she went to jail, or we can, I guess, what about her older brother?
Or how about the older brother is who she grew up with?
Yeah,
Sarah nods and says, "Yeah, he's my adopted brother."
Opted.
yeah, they took her. You sure I can't get anybody for you? I can just send a text message real quick and go after somebody.
I need to know who is after my daughter before I can go after anyone. The
Yeah,
Russians are after her, the police are after her, and I don't know who's at the top.
Why would the police be after your daughter?
No clue. There's an
Why would
APB
the
out for her.
why would the Russians be after her?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be here. Now would I?
Well, I mean, we are technically after her, but it's only because we were asked to look for her because she went missing and her brother couldn't contact her and he was worried. He wanted to make sure she was okay. And that's all. We just wanted to make sure she was okay.
Okay. Say I believe you. What then?
How about if I
Well,
slowly move the knife away from my neck?
how about let's just take a deep breath and calm down. I certainly don't want to hurt your daughter, as her brother is a very good friend of mine. And I just want everyone to feel calm and at peace and easy. So how about we talk this out?
I'm
I
gonna
own a
need
bar.
you. I'm gonna need you to roll convince.
Okay. I get a +1 to that because of my relic can sway hearts and minds.
So any power tags that you have that you can use for this roll, it's any number. So it's not just like one for having the relic. If you have tags that you can use towards this, use them.
Yes, but I think that's my only. I mean, is she doesn't seem to be weak-willed or romantic.
Yeah, she is
Um,
neither.
although she does appear to be emotionally extreme.
Yes.
So maybe I get a +2. She definitely doesn't want to spread love, so
Nope.
yeah, I think only I get a +2.
She is trying to defend love, though.
She's trying to defend love.
Yeah,
Okay,
this
let's
is the
see.
love of her daughter. She is trying to protect her daughter.
Okay, do I have a tag that's about defending? No, at this point he doesn't have any tags about defending current love. It's
Okay.
just about creating new love, so I only get a +2. I could cheat, but I don't want to. That seems fair.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, go ahead, roll for it.
Okay, I got a 1 and a 6 +2, so I got a 9.
Okay. You calm her down just a little bit. Uh, Amit, you feel as the razor blade sort of scratches up your neck a little bit, and then she pulls it away. And she has not cut you, but she definitely cleaned that side of your neck.
You got half of a shave. You need to go see a barber now.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. Wow.
you need a.
so then Leif is he's going to completely ignore all that and focusing entirely on her and just be like, so I have a place. It's small. It's quiet. I own it. How about we just go there? We can talk this out, and I can promise you that we will be the only ones there. I can send all my staff home for the night. And we can come to some kind of amicable agreement between all of us. And it can be something that allows your daughter to feel safe.
Very well. And I do apologize for threatening to take your life. I'm merely trying to protect my daughter. If you wish, I can finish up your shave later.
Yeah, okay. Hang on. I appreciate the offer, but you should understand that I'm going to have to say no to that.
If you ever decide to stop killing people, he might make a quite a good barber. I haven't seen anybody give a shave that close and clean in quite some time.
I learned how to do styling while I was in prison, something to look forward to when I got out. And straight razor shaves just happened to fall into that. I happen to be very good at it.
So then Leif at least is going to. Okay, so Leif will walk up to Lola because Lola is now in the room, and he's going to ask, would you mind if we borrowed one or two of your cars to maybe go back to the 12 Herons for just a bit?
Yeah, I'm just sending a quick text to figure out why the Russians could be after her daughter, and then I'll get a driver here for us.
Right. So Leif is going to wait. He doesn't have anything else he wants to do other than he is going to go back over to Sarah. He's going to position himself in between Sarah and her mother, but not in a way that seems confrontational, but definitely in a way that's kind of like, I still don't fully trust you, and she still seems really skeeved out by you, so I'm just going to kind of be like, I'm the middleman, and I
Would
mean
it help?
he is 6'4" and like
Yeah.
190 pounds, so
She looks at you and pulls out both of the razor blades from her pouch. Says, "Would you trust me if I handed these to you?"
that's a start. Yes, I would.
And she
I would.
hands the razors.
And Leif will take those two blades, and he will make a show of putting them into his back pocket, which he knows is a spot that she could probably very easily get them out of if she wanted, but is kind of a I accept your gesture, and I am going to do this for the benefit of other people. I still understand that you probably could do something if you wanted to, but so I'm reciprocating your offer by not completely disarming you in a way.
And she nods to you and looks back at him and says, "You sure you don't want me to even that out?" It's like a quick 3 seconds. It wouldn't take that
You
long.
do look a rather silly with only one half of your face shaved.
You all are making very good arguments. You know what? Fine. Just to speed this along.
Let's get to this place and
Yeah.
take care of it there.
Yes, that would be for the best. I should, have my heart rate back down to normal range by then.
Your heart rate is up from that? You haven't had to deal with that before?
The closest I have had to have a knife to my throat is every time I step into the ring with Bear.
No. You get used to it.
I am very concerned that you are used to it.
And Lola's going to text to try to find out from her people if they know anything about the Russians right after Sarah. And then she's going to call for drivers. She's like completely nonchalant about this.
Okay, so this is probably a good point to do a montage. So this seems like you are working the case. You get 3 clues based on your investigation.
Sweet.
So what are your clues?
Um,
Or sorry, what are your questions? That's
oh,
Do we each get 3 questions, right?
there's a list that
Uh,
I just do, right?
you each have an action you can do on your montage. Right now, hers is working the case. You can part of the montage is you can work the case, gaining clues. You can give attention to your logos, which is just living your day-to-day life. You can explore your mythos and look beyond into what the powers that be are giving you. You can also prepare for the next activity, gaining juice to be able to create things like story tags. Um, and you can also recover uh, by lowering any physical statuses or any statuses that you have down.
There is a list of questions, correct?
There is not a list of questions. It
Okay.
is literally just any question you have pertaining this particular thing.
Okay. Why are the Russians after Sarah?
Okay, so the Russians are after Sarah because they are using Sarah as a form of blackmail.
Who are they blackmailing?
A very prominent judge, Judge Wainwright Mason, also known as the White Knight of the city.
And do I have any connections to the judge?
Your husband has had a dealing or two with him in the past, all legitimate. Outside of that, you've never actually met Judge Mason. Only that he is very well known and very well respected. He's very tough on crime.
Okay. I'm going to let you all know that. And then I'm going to text to get our ride.
All right. I'm assuming you actually made the call for the ride and you're finding this out as you're driving over to the
Yes.
club.
Okay.
While you let the rest of the crew know this, your new guest, Angela, has, as soon as you say Judge Mason, she says, "That son of a bitch. He's the one that locked me away."
What did he lock you away for?
My my husband, when I was younger, he was trying to beat me, and I fought back and I killed him. It was supposed to be self-defense, and it ended up being straight up capital murder.
Lola kind of wants to kill this judge. I don't know if she's hiding her emotions very well. Or I need to roll anything because this is really hitting close home for her.
Oh yeah. I don't think you need to roll for it. She can see it.
Is it isn't I'm not very familiar with the laws. I stick to myself, but doesn't Neon City have a stand your ground law or a castle law or some kind of
We did.
self-defense?
We did. but he decided he needed to make an example to the city. So I was
That-
incarcerated for 20 some years.
That defending yourself against someone who is physically assaulting you is not okay, and it's okay to physically assault people.
Mm-hmm.
Did this judge graduate last in his class?
No idea. He is a powerful man with a lot of money. And you know how people get when they have power and money.
I could invite him over for dinner.
No.
No, I can. I'll take care of it.
No.
You don't have
I
to worry
know where
about it.
I know where he lives. I can take care of it.
I think
You want me to watch back while you do it? You need an alibi?
If you wish.
Yes. I know what you went through.
I appreciate that. Who else wants to do their monologue their
montage.
montage? Gotta have a montage.
Montage.
If nobody's really had any complaints, I'm going to. You said one of the options was to put focus on our logos. What was that one called again?
Yes, give attention to your logos.
Okay.
And what are you
So
doing?
probably just making some general phone calls, catching up with people. Not so much working the case kind of phone calls, but just seeing where everybody's at and just trying to get my mind off of things. So yeah, talking to the people I know, getting caught up on what new going on are in the general gang situation that I sort of work around in.
Yeah. Any particular person you were looking at talking to?
Uh, I should probably have somebody in mind in particular, but I'm currently blanking on it. If I'm not mistaken, I did have a contact in some of the local gangs a couple sessions ago. I'm probably calling him to get caught up with the more recent goings ons. Make sure there's nothing there that could go to roll into this as well as just keeping abreast with everybody.
Okay. I will say you do have a contact from I would say quote unquote lesser known gang, but you also know that he's a very dangerous person. Uh, his name is Jamal Woods.
His name is Jaleel White.
Yeah.
That's what he says after he stabs someone.
Oof. I kind of need to make that canon now. No, so Jamal he tends to dress more like a businessman. He wears almost like kimono style suits. It's like the cross breast jackets, and usually dresses with very fine clothing, expensive jewelry, stuff like that. Um, he works for the Neon Shogunate.
All right. Hey Jamal, just checking in. What's in word of what's going on? Anything new?
Nothing new, brother. What you got for me?
Uh, Doing a side job, bit of protection detail. Was just checking in, making sure I don't have to worry about any of your guys.
Yeah, what are you looking at here so I know if any of my people are involved?
Uh, 20 something, potentially blackmail material for a local judge. Russian mob does not like said judge.
Miyamoto might be on that, but we don't have anything against a judge. I'll take a look for you.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Just wanted to keep track of things. Was there anything you needed me to do this weekend?
Not really, unless you feel like, taking somebody's hand.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to lookout, but that's a bit bloody for my taste.
Don't worry about it. Why don't you go ahead and stop on by the club one of these days? Grab a cup of tea. I'm sure the grandma wouldn't mind seeing you again. She misses you.
Does she still bake those cookies?
Come on now.
All right. I'll make time.
For real. All right, well, I'll catch you later.
All right. See you, man.
All right. Leaf, what do you want to do with your montage?
Leaf is, well, let's see, he's not doing anything. He's just riding in a car going towards his bar, so he can't really work on his logos. He's probably going to explore his mythos. He's probably going to sit there and ponder to himself other forms of love that he hasn't considered before. So he's gonna sit there and think about, like, besides just creating a new love and like pursuing a passion and someone that you're interested in, and constantly jumping from one relationship to the next, like, what does it mean if someone doesn't love you anymore but you still love them? Or if someone doesn't know who you are but like they're important to you and you want to protect them, like, what are the different ways of doing that, and why would someone do that? How to do that and still technically be classified as love and not, where's the line there between being, it being love and you just being a creep?
So this seems like you might be exploring a little bit into your mythos.
Yes.
All right. So this will be kind of like a look beyond the mist. You get 3 clues based on how you do this. So how do you do this?
He's sitting there in the car. He's not really listening or paying attention. He's in the same car that Sarah's in. Not necessarily sitting next to her, but he's in that same car. And he's not really listening to anybody talking. He's just kind of sitting there, and he's the bracelet on his arm. He's just kind of like playing with that with his fingers, and just sitting there thinking. It looks like he's just kind of staring off into space.
Okay. Real quick before I get into his deal, did you take 2 separate cars to keep Angela and Sarah separated? Or is everybody in the same vehicle?
I was assuming, considering there's already 5 of us, and then there's also a driver, we'd probably have to take 2 separate cars unless there's one of these
Lola has a big vehicle.
Yeah, I would assume she's got one of those
15
short
passenger vans.
Yeah, one of those short SUV limos.
Yeah.
But-
It's got like a soccer ball in the back or something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then he is sitting, probably sitting across from Sarah.
Okay. So go ahead and ask me your questions. What do you want to know?
What would drive someone to such extreme lengths to protect a love?
Your gaze sort of transfers over to Angela, and you can see that she's trying very hard to hold back tears. She steals glances at Sarah and says, you can see that like she's fighting with something within. And your mythos looks at her and says, "That's a mother's love. That's the love of somebody who lost years with their child. They could not help raise, they could not help guide, and now all she can do is protect."
So then, being an orphan, he doesn't quite understand this concept. He is going to like, what is how is parental love different from uh, uh how is parental love different from attraction?
There are many kinds of love: romantic, platonic, familial. They all love just as strong, but they're in different forms. The love of a parent and child can be just as strong as that of two lovers, or the passion someone has for a sport, the the passion that one has for art or music. It is what exists in the person that shows that they love who or what they are doing.
He's finally going to wonder, what does this make the other forms of love less like love? Is there more of a is there one correct form? Was he wrong about, uh Eros and Ludus being um wrong, not technically love, or is there many different kinds?
Most forms of love are correct. There are a few that are wrong. We all know which ones they are. But no love is more right than any other one.
Okay, so he's just sitting there and pondering all this, and as these thoughts are coming to him, you can see him. He's almost like he's staring off into the distance. Like he's probably looking out the window just over Sarah's shoulder, and just like has a glazed expression over his eyes. You can tell he's not looking at anything or focusing on anything. He's just looking out the window as we drive along, and occasionally he'll kind of like, he'll make like a little noise, or he might like nod his head, or he might frown slightly. But that's all you really see.
Very nice. Angela does look at you and says, I've been thinking about what you were saying. I appreciate you stepping up and trying to calm me down. I'm sorry for attacking you and your friends.
Well, there's no. He startles. You can tell he was not listening. It's just like all of a sudden, it's like, oh, someone's talking to me. Oh, yeah, I just don't particularly like conflict. I'd prefer it if everybody just, got along.
That's understood. You do understand my perspective. I'm only doing what's best for Sarah.
I'm trying. I never had parents myself. I didn't know them, so um, it's it's an interesting concept for me, and something that I've been trying to give some thought, as you know, the whole concept of love and attraction interests me. It's something that I've never really had much of myself, and so I've tried to figure it out by watching and helping other people.
I can understand that. It's around this time that the vehicles arrive to 12 Herons. When you look outside or you open the door, it's starting to rain a little bit harder. Right now, it's coming down, but it sounds like it's going to be torrential by later this evening. You make it inside, barely scathed by the water, and things are pretty slow right now at the restaurant. So it's your club.
Yep. Leif is going to go straight up to the bartender he left in charge, and he's going to whisper something to them. And he said it's how slow is it?
You probably have like maybe 5 or 6 patrons in the shop right now. It's a little late for like your rush.
A little late for my rush. Yeah, I guess for my particular bar's rush, since it doesn't cater to uh well, it doesn't cater to the party crowd. Um, but there's still enough people there, given the price. He doesn't want to send his staff home, considering he knows some of them do need the money and the work, and there are enough people there that it can stay open. So he's just going to talk to his head of staff and let them know that he has a few people that he's taking upstairs, and that he will um, probably not be coming back. Just if closing time comes around and he's still not back down, just lock up as if as if everybody's gone, and just head home. And he's going
Sounds
to
good.
walk over towards the washrooms and motion for everyone to follow him. And he's going to stop in front of a door that says cleaning supplies. And he's going to open the door with a key, and you see that there's actually a set of stairs behind the door that says cleaning supplies. And it leads up to another door. He'll bring everybody upstairs, and I'll open that, and you'll see a small, but modestly furnished apartment. And this is where Leif actually lives. He actually lives right above the bar.
Very nice.
This is this is my place. We can speak here in private. No one will disturb us. I've informed the staff that we're not to be disturbed, and if closing time comes, if they don't see or hear from me, they just should lock up as per usual.
Can I get my at least one of my razors back? I'm gonna finish up your friend's shave.
Sure. Leif will just casually hand her both of the razors and mention and point off towards the washroom. It's a large, as far as a studio type apartment goes, apartment, but it's still a studio apartment. And he'll motion off to one corner and just say the washroom is over there. I've got fresh towels out, and if you're more than welcome to use any of the soap that I have for shaving.
Oh, it's fine. And she grabs your chin, Amit, and just starts like manipulating it a little bit, takes a look. She flips one of the razors between her fingers before it flicks open, and you watch like a blur before she's finished.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That was the thing that just happened.
It looks much better, I must say.
How does it feel?
Okay. Yeah. All right. That is a very good job.
Thank you.
I don't think I've ever had such a close shave before. Okay. Yeah. This is weird.
They say I have the fastest, smoothest shave.
I must say that my usual barber should probably be wary. Usually, once a man finds a barber that he really likes, he doesn't switch. But it's a bit tempting.
Amit, you are actually going to be gaining a status. She is going to give you, let's see here, where is
The
sorry,
Sweeney
trying to
Todd.
yeah, she actually can give you a beneficial status here, and that is what she is doing. She is giving you. Oh, really? Did I not put that? Oh, there we go. Okay. You are going to gain Fresh Look 3.
So fresh and so clean.
And nobody dope as me.
Okay.
So, Lola's pacing like back and forth a lot.
Lola, are you very interested in helping me with this then?
Yes.
Good. If the two of you can watch over my daughter and make sure she is safe until the end of the night, Lola and I will go dispatch with the judge.
Okay. I can, go with you for backup. I can um, do some car work.
No, I said you can come help me. Breaking into the judge's mansion will be a little bit of a hassle, but I'm sure the two of us can manage.
I think before we actually murder a sitting judge, uh, we know that Sarah's being used as blackmail against him, but we didn't actually say why. Shouldn't we try to figure that out first before we murder a potentially innocent man? I do understand that he's can
That's
be
not.
kind of an ass, but what if he was just caught visiting Sarah at her work, and given his stance on undesirable things in the city, maybe that's what the blackmail is.
What he did with the case.
I
I
swore to myself I wouldn't get revenge for what Judge Mason did. But if he
But he
is
paid
involved
for it.
with, yes, if he is, especially if he's involved with my Sarah, then he should die.
He needs to pay for what he's done.
how about the Leif kind of like is a bit at a loss for words. Um, and so instead he's going to go ask Sarah directly. He's
Okay.
going to privately ask Sarah. Um, I hate to ask something that might be a bit difficult at this time, but I just don't like the idea of well, innocent people being hurt. What? Why would you be used as blackmail against Judge Mason? What does he have to do with you?
I don't know. I don't know any judges. I
Do
just
you, did you perhaps see him at work? Did he visit you a few times?
listen, I have slept with a number of people. I don't take names.
I'm sure he didn't give his real name either. Given he's a prominent judge, I'm assuming Leif either would. Well, he probably wouldn't know what he looks like, but it wouldn't be difficult for him to maybe pull out his phone or a computer and look up a picture
Yeah,
and just be
yeah,
like,
you
does he look familiar?
actually, yeah, everything started after I spent a night with him.
You only spent one night with him, correct? Or
Yes, one night.
did when he left, were there other people that seemed to show particular interest? I mean, I know you probably don't pay much attention to that, but if it was maybe out of the norm, it might have
I mean,
tripped something.
there was a guy in a tracksuit.
Guy in a
None of
tracksuit.
that. Yeah.
Leif has what is it, improved memory and recall. So Leif is going to describe. Where is I have it written down. Leif is going to describe Sergei Popov to her.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah, that's him.
I see? Do you, do you mind coming with me for a second? I feel that. I feel like some of our companions might be making a large mistake by jumping to conclusions. Specifically, Miss Lola and your mother. And he's going to kind of like guide her over there.
She looks kind of frightened.
Don't
trying to
worry.
get over the fact that that's my mother.
Well, you don't have to think of her as your mother right now.
But every
She's.
time somebody has been killed in front of me, it's because of her.
I'm here. I'm here, and I'm big. I'm big and I'm strong, and at the very least, I can give you time to run away if it comes to that. So just stand here right next to me, and if one of them tries to grab you or threaten you or any way, I can put myself in between. How's that?
Okay.
Okay. Let's go over and talk to them. So they're going to go over towards Lola and Angela. Leif is going to explain to them his the conclusions that he has just come to by talking to Sarah. He assumes that given the body of Sergei was found at the hotel, he knows that Angela knows what Sarah's been doing, so he's not really going to hide anything about her work. But he is going to say that he is going to briefly explain that Judge Mason was caught leaving Sarah's room by a member of the Russian mafia. So Mr. Mason is not as white knight as he appears to be, or at least puts on. And he probably has nothing to do with this. He might not even. Well, they said the police. Lola said the police are going after her. he thinks there is a possibility that the police are after her because they know that the Russian mafia is after her. So, at best, the mafia is trying to use her to convince the judge to possibly be more lenient or more favorable towards them. At worst, both the judge and the mafia are trying to make her disappear. And some more investigating needs to be done before people just get a Cuban necktie.
Well, he still deserves it, but I can talk to the. You want me to try talking to the Russians?
That might be if you have a way to do that. Might be,
Yeah, I do.
might be okay.
I have a contact. My name is Willa Prescott. My departed ex-husband was in charge of a crime syndicate. So I do have a contact with the Russians, and I will try to see if they could stop this blackmail, or, well, if they don't, then I'll just have to make them stop.
Leif is a little taken aback at that, and he's just kind of like, oh, okay. This explains some things. And he's not saying it out loud, but he is seriously reconsidering the offer for protection.
Yeah, I'm rather new to all of this still. It hasn't been as long since my husband passed away. But I was left to take charge, so I have.
Well, you know better than I do. So we're counting on you, Miss Lila.
And what about you, sir? The one whose face I nearly shaved off. Where do you fit in with this ragtag group?
Mainly, I just get dragged along for doing odd jobs. But that being said, I am in the agreement that we may need to do a little bit more investigating before we just murder the guy.
He needs to pay for what he did.
There are other ways to make people pay besides killing them. If he is a judge and he's been found to have been corrupted, if we bring enough evidence towards maybe someone else who might be shooting for his position next election cycle, or maybe another judge that doesn't particularly like him, we can get him removed.
Does he have a family?
Yes. His wife left him some time ago, and my understanding is he has a child.
There's a child in his life?
I don't know.
He shouldn't have that child. His wife should have that child. He should never be able to see that child again. You can tell this. You all can probably tell that this is like, it's hit Lola's sore spot.
Yeah.
That could also work. I'm just saying there's other ways besides killing a judge, and not that I have much experience, but I would imagine that covering up a judge disappearing as opposed to a traffic cop would probably be much more difficult.
I mean, things happen.
Your... One second, Lola. I'm at your phone rings.
Hang on 1 second. Look at the caller ID. Who is it?
It's Jamal.
So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and answer that. Hey, Jamal, what's up? What's going on?
Hey man, just got a weird vibe about everything going on down your way. Took a look into it myself. Russians are currently looking after Coda.
Coda. That name rings a bell a little bit. Yeah, what's going on with Coda?
Well, turns out Coda is the daughter of some big time judge. They're highly estranged though. Don't know
Right.
why.
Okay.
Don't know why the Russians are interested in a saxophone player.
Okay. I might, and let's just say for plausible deniability, I'm going to leave it there for you, if that's all right, man.
Yeah, I could do that.
All right. Okay, so this is gonna be fun on my end. Thanks for that. I owe you one.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
All right. All right. Talk to you later, man. Thanks again.
Peace. Bye.
All right. So yeah, he hangs up, turns to everybody. All right. So yeah, Coda's is the judge's daughter.
Coda is.
The saxophone player.
Oh,
The one that Lola had a bit of an issue with.
Yeah. Lola's about to lose it.
Leif is very good at reading emotions and facial expressions and things like that. He is not specifically not going to mention that he knows that Coda lives nearby and he hears her practicing the saxophone regularly. He's just going to be like, oh, maybe we should go back to the club then.
um.
Inside, he's like panicking.
I need to go.
So yeah. The Russian mob is currently, let's say, guarding her at this particular moment.
I need to go. I'll send some.
Oh, I'm I'm sorry. Um, could you leave a driver with us?
Yeah.
Maybe. Is
Yeah, I
is
don't.
there
Yeah, the driver will stay here.
is there a possibility you might come back, Miss Lola? Or is it important?
Yeah, I'll talk to you later to settle the accounts for tonight.
Oh, okay. Um, I thank you for the business. It's been interesting.
And the dog came over, so everybody gets a +1 blessing of the doggo.
Sweet.
+1
Yep.
doggo.
He is very much not happy that I am not paying attention to him.
Spoiled.
Right? So what do you guys want to do? Because Angela is very much hell bent on making her way up to the judge's mansion. You also know that Coda is now involved as she is under suspicion from the Russians.
I was just trying to find Coda.
Leif
Very well right now.
would Leif do? Would Leif go to the judge or no? the judge is a grown, like he's older. He's a judge. He's been around for a while, and he's probably got. I mean, he's a prominent judge. He's probably got like security and stuff. He's not so worried about that. Leif is going to immediately just start. He wants to go back to the sweet melancholy.
All right.
Well, Leif may consider the judge having security protection enough against Angela. It remembers. Oh yeah, if Angela can do what I think she can do, yeah, that security's gonna fold like wet tissue paper.
Leif he's not thinking about that at the moment. He's literally just like, someone has at least some protection and the other person has no protection, so gonna go for the person that has less protection.
Honestly, I'm like super surprised that Lola isn't just going to be like, you know what? Coda can take care of herself. maybe if Coda disappears, I'll get Tabitha back.
Okay, so let's see here.
Yeah, she's probably not going. I mean, she's not completely thinking clearly right now. She's thinking this is the person that could make the judge suffer.
I see what Lola's thinking.
Yeah.
Leif doesn't, but I do.
And Ahmed's trying to weigh, okay, so this is gonna be a problem. If only I could be at two places at once. That being said, it seems more like the mafia is not trying to. I don't have enough information to cast judgments on the judge. So let's keep the kid alive. Let's go get Coda.
Okay.
Leif also feels that he feels that he's made enough of a case for the judge to at least, like, if anybody and Angela decide to go to the judge, then at the very least they're going to ask for get a few more clues before they just straight up before he just gets straight up murdered, deaded.
Yeah, from what I've got, there is
before he is coup de grace.
Yeah, there's a slim chance that while the judge is in the wrong, it's more along the lines of he just made a mistake on the case than he was actually being corrupt. He's probably corrupt. No arguments about that. But at the same time,
Leif definitely thinks he's corrupt, especially if he went to go visit Sarah. He's probably visited a few other call girls as well. He's just he feels like that whole, it's just a facade, and so
that being
he also he feels that way about anybody that type of extreme reaction is faking it, unless it's love anyway. So
but
in his mind, the only emotions that can be that strong are love. Everything else is just, if it's that strong, it's fake.
And my reasoning is, yeah, he's corrupt in the way that, yeah, he goes to call girls and whatnot. But at the same token, he might actually legitimately do his job right 9 times out of 10. And the one time he fucked up real bad. But that's
He
not
certainly
enough.
messed up with the wrong person.
Right.
But that's not Leif's concern.
Yeah.
If Coda wasn't involved, Lola would have gone after the judge. But she's got someone else that she's mad about now too.
Yeah, and I'm going to help with the Coda situation, kind of to make sure you don't make that worse.
So I guess the three of us are going to
Sweet Melancholy.
Sweet Melancholy.
Well, would you have let her leave, or would you have try to hold her off?
It was Lola just running out the door when she said she had to go?
Yeah.
Oh.
In the rain.
Shit.
Leif would have just assumed he wouldn't know where she's going. He would have assumed that something else important came up. He would have just let her go, but he's definitely heading towards the door and talking to the group and going to get into the car, and he's explaining like I mean, he's mostly talking just directly to Amit and being like, if Coda's in danger, then we should probably just go there instead. Like, I don't know where Lola went. It's probably important.
Would she be able to
I-
draw her sword?
huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So if they see her, she would have that in her hand outside in the rain.
Oh shit.
Leif is going to be talking to Angela and asking her like, he's basically going to tell her like, oh, like we found out this person is the judge's daughter. We know where she is. We're going to and the Russian mafia is after her as well as your daughter. So she happens to be a friend of mine, and we're going to make sure she's okay because we want to keep her safe as well as Sarah. Kind of like, hey, like this other person is also being threatened just like your daughter is. Do you want to like come protect someone instead of just go stabby stab? Or maybe you can go stabby stab and you won't feel so bad because they're just mobsters.
No. You go deal with the rent. My prize is the judge.
Can you at least promise me you'll get more information from him before you stab him? And if his information is what if he's fairly innocent in all this and he just happens to be corrupt and he was trying to hide his corruption, maybe get some information that can get him disbarred as opposed to disalived.
I will agree that I won't kill him immediately.
That's progress. I appreciate that much.
And as you're saying this, she disappears into a puff of smoke.
I feel like she just humored us the whole time while she was standing there.
Yeah, yeah, she was. Once again, his protection is going to fold like wet tissue paper.
If they even notice anything at all. Not my problem at the moment. He's gonna hop in the car, pausing long enough to see if Amit's following. But
Yeah,
he's
no,
going
it's
to
raining. I'm
instruct
just
the
not trying to
driver.
run that way. He's getting the car too.
Okay, so as soon as they're in the car, he's going to be like, he's going to instruct the driver, head back to Sweet Melancholy.
All right. Lola, you're the first one to arrive. And as you arrive, you notice that there are a group of cars and some gunfire going on in the alleyway.
Yeah, I'm going in. I'm going in with my sword to a gunfight.
I'm going to need you to take the risk.
Okay. What do I roll for that?
It's 2d6 plus any power tags you have for uh, against physical danger.
Hmm. Cloak and shadow?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay. It's the only one I can think of.
All right.
So 2D, 3D6.
2d6.
2D6, okay.
You can also you have power tags for your sword, stuff like that. So
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at the power text for it. Feeling lucky?
Yep.
Okay. So that's 2. And I got a 5.
You rolled 2d6 and got a 5,
Yes.
and you have 3 power tags because you have the sword, right?
Yeah.
All right, so that's an 8.
Okay.
Things are going to get kind of complicated here. If you enter combat, you will get hit. You will take a status, but you'll have managed to take out a couple of guards in the interim. Or you can not take any damage, but the gunfight will continue.
I'll go ahead and take the damage.
All right. You're taking a tier 3 gunshot wound as you are shot in the shoulder. You do manage to take out a couple of guards by stabbing right through them like a skewer.
Foolish and
Uh,
adventure.
So yeah, it sucks that now you don't have a doctor to patch you up.
Yeah.
Amit and Leaf, you are the next on scene, and you watch as Lola comes in and skewers a couple of guys. The rest of them start to run off and scatter, and that is when you notice a girl running up on top of the car and firing energy bolts from a glowing bow.
A girl. That's a bow.
Correct.
Is this from a bow? Is this Coda?
This is Coda.
And we're on the scene.
Uh-huh.
Yep, you're just pulling up.
So we pull up. I see Lola has a sword. She's taken out a few. Coda is joining in with a bow. Well, seeing that Coda's also a rift, Leif is going to be a bit more less concerned about her safety. And now he's like, okay, there's 2 rifts fighting against these guys. He's gonna take a. Leif is going to survey the area that is not immediately under fire. Are there any other threats that are not in the immediate area?
I'm going to have you roll to investigate that. Anybody else want to do an investigation, or what is it that the rest of you are going to do?
So the only ones that are left are the ones in the car.
No, they're running now. They literally just abandoned their cars. They're running for their lives.
Can I kill another one?
Yeah, hit with all you've got. And this will be minus your gunshot wound.
Oh, goodness. So that's minus, what, just 1 or 3?
Minus 3. So if you have any power tags you want to use for that, now's the time.
Let me see. Great.
Leif got an 11 on his investigate.
Okay,
I got a 9 plus 2.
nice.
Or I will argue a plus 2. I will say that his people watching skills
Yep.
and his approved memory recall are helping here. The recall being that he's been to the area before, so there are specific areas he would know to look in that it would be a place that someone might be able to lay in ambush or lie in wait or something like that.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay, then 11.
You notice that most of the guards here or most of the assailants are fleeing. There is one, however, who isn't. He is currently walking towards you guys, and he is about a block away.
Then Leif is going to jump up on top of the car that they arrived in, similar fashion to Coda, and everyone will see basically a large, a massive recurve bow just kind of appear out of nowhere. A silver recurve bow, and he is going to immediately launch what appears to be a lead arrow with a silver trail behind it at this person that's walking straight towards the group.
Okay. Before I have you roll, I'm going to do Lola's roll first. So, what do you have for power tags on this?
I don't really have a. But how does burning a tag work again?
That gives you an automatic 10, so that's a roll of 7 with a power of 3. But because you have a gunshot wound, that's just going to make it a 7.
Okay, I got an 8, so that's not gonna. That brings it down to a 5.
All right. So, yeah, you won't be killing another person. Amit, do you want to do something before I get into some more combat?
Amit right now is trying to figure out why the hell does everybody but him have magical weapons?
Maybe we need to get you a magic girl ring. Do a whole Sailor Moon transformation for you.
uh, uh, Not immediately saying no, but moving right along.
Nice.
Uh,
So, did you want to do something?
I mean, so far all the Russian guys are running. We have one guy coming towards us, right? But he's being shot at
Yes.
with an arrow.
Well, I guess at the moment you would see Leif launching himself up on top of the car in slow motion while you were deciding what to do. He doesn't have his bow out yet, I suppose, at this moment.
I'm probably going to try and run after Lola to make sure she doesn't die. Because she's
Okay.
a bit battle hungry. And
I
I
guess
should
you
know.
wouldn't see what Leif does.
I would know battle hungry when I see battle hungry.
So I'm gonna have you roll a go toe to toe for me really quick, and then I'm gonna have Leif do his attack.
All right, go toe
And
to toe.
you are pulling Lola out of danger. That is what's happening.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw parkour skill and cat's claw on this because I'm trying to pull her out of danger. I guess those.
Hold on, sorry, not go toe to toe. This will be take the risk.
Either way, it's still those two.
Yep.
Okay. And burning that +1 doggo bonus from before would put me at 7.
Oof. Okay, so you can save Lola, but you will be taking the brunt of this next hit. Otherwise, you can let Lola take it.
Oh no, I'm taking it.
Okay. Lola, you feel something grab you from behind and yank you as hard, going backwards away from where you were trying to attack. Suddenly, the ground before you explodes. Ooh. Amit,
Mm.
you are taking a tier 2 shadow grabbed. Ingredients, Leif, go ahead and roll your attack for me.
I already did that while I was waiting. I got 2 4s plus 1, so I have 9.
Okay. You get to, since this is a hit with all you've got, you get to choose one off of the hit with all you've got list.
Choose 1 off of the hit with all you've got list. I don't have that list pulled up right now.
Give me 1 second. I will pull it up. There you go. It should be uploading.
Awesome. Okay, hit with all you've got. Clear shot, use abilities. Roll plus power on. I get to give the target an appropriate status of my choice with tier equals power. Okay. So I choose 1. Um, I'm gonna say I got them good.
Okay, so you're going to increase the tier. What was the power on this roll?
What was the power?
Yeah, how
My
many?
bonus?
Yeah, how many tags did you have?
1.
Okay, so this will bump it up to tier 2.
Okay. So it's a tier 2, I don't know what, piercing?
Okay.
It's an arrow. I mean, it's an ethereal arrow that's technically made out of who knows what. Nobody knows. It just comes out of nowhere and then it hits them
All right.
and then it disappears.
Sounds good. You watch as this thing sinks into the man and he walks into the shadows, and you watch as he yanks it out without any issues.
Oh crap. Crap. Everybody just hears Leaf shout crap.
So Amit, you feel hands wrap around your ankles and something is dragging you into this newly formed shadow as you've pulled Lola out of the way. All the street lights start to break and there is now darkness around you.
Crap. Okay, so let's see. I'm guessing it would be go toe to toe to try and break free and not get yanked into the shadow realm.
This would be, go toe to toe.
You've activated my trap card.
Quiet, Yugi.
Hello, Yuki boy.
Punished to the shadow realm.
All right. Let's see. What can I use to try and break free since I'm not be rolling at a -2? Oh, refresh my memory. What happens if I burn a tag?
You get a automatic 10, so it's a 7 with a power of 3, but if there's any negatives, it applies.
Yeah, at this point, I'm about to burn catch claws to just dig in and not get yanked.
Okay, so that will give you an 8. So that'll give you an 8. You get to choose one off of the go toe to toe list.
Let me just take a quick. We have that posted somewhere, don't we?
Give me a second, I can repost it for you.
Yeah, because I've been.
And there it is.
All right, and you said I get to pick one.
Correct. I think at this point you're either trying to achieve your goal of staying out of the shadow realm or block dodging or countering his best attempts, which is going to leave you with more of a status.
Yeah, I'm gonna achieve my goal of not getting yanked to the shadow realm.
Sounds good. Do we need to take a quick break?
I have like a couple more minutes.
Okay. So Lola, you watch as Amit is taken quite a disturbing blow. He's currently fighting for his life from being sucked into the shadows. You've got Leaf standing on top of a car going crap. And Coda, who is currently firing at the man in the distance.
I'm so injured, there's not much I can do. But I
You can
still
try and help break him out.
okay.
That would be nice.
Yeah, I'll try to help break out.
Okay. You will. I'm going to make this one a hit with all you've got because you have a clear shot at this.
Okay. Let me do the roll.
What tags are you using?
I don't really. I don't think I have any that I could use for this.
Yeah, you should. Your sword. I know your sword for one.
Okay, my sword. I can try to hit the shadow with my sword. I don't know. My sword can also get cloaked in shadow as well.
Cloaked in Shadow is one that you can use.
Can I burn that one?
You can, but with your gunshot wound, that'll make it a 7.
Oh, okay, that's right. Could I do feeling lucky again? That's another.
Yep, that's a good one. It's going to require a little luck not to cut off Amit's legs.
Yeah.
I think Amit would appreciate that.
Very much. I like my legs. I need my legs. I get half
Okay,
my
so
jobs from my legs.
I rolled and I got 9. So that's what 2.
If you got a 9 and you have 2 tags, that'll be 11 minus 3. That is 8. So you get to choose one off of the go toe to toe list.
Um, I'm going to achieve my goal.
Free him.
Yes, and then I have to go. So
Yeah. So you achieve your goal. You take you take the shadows off of Amit, and as you do, it's going to leave you with a status as well. It's going to increase your gunshot wound to a tier 4, as it runs like a tendril straight out and spikes into your shoulder.
okay.
And I think this is probably a good place to go ahead and take a break. So yeah, hopefully everybody is enjoying the show so far. While we go take a few minutes for a break, we'll catch you guys back here. Unfortunately, Janie has to head out right now, but we'll keep going on with the rest of tonight's show.
Ooh.
Mm.
Fail. Wasn't expecting that.
I I'm looking forward to later in the
Anyways, we'll keep going. So yeah, she saved your life from this absolute menace. But she is now currently unconscious. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to continue with my original goal of keeping her alive by tossing her over my shoulder and running the hell away.
All right. Leaf, what are you doing?
I am firing another arrow. The guy did not well, I'm gonna knock another arrow and shout at him and be like, stop. Don't come any closer.
You hear something in Russian before more lights start to blow around
He
you.
just looses the arrow.
You watch as it disappears into the darkness.
Crap.
Coda is like, okay, so shadow guy, probably not a good idea to fire into shadow. Hold on. And she fires an arrow into the air, illuminating the area for you.
Thanks, Coda.
Yeah. Who the hell are these people?
I don't know. I came here because I heard you were in trouble.
Well, I thank you for the help. I really appreciate it. Are these people after my dad?
I don't know.
Well, tell them they can have him. I don't care.
I almost wish I had chosen the voice of like Chris from Family Guy for that. I don't know.
That was good. I like that.
Yeah, Leif has no idea. He's gonna continue shooting. This is essentially what he's doing.
Okay. I'm going to have you roll hit with all you've got. And this is
Yeah.
actually going to be, because of all the darkness around, this is going to be at a -3.
Well, uh crap. I got a 6. I got 2 3s plus 1, so that's a 4.
Oh, actually, somebody did make a good point. So is that a -1, not a -3,
Because of the
because of Coda's light.
uh thank you, kind stranger. Well then in that case that's a 5. Or no, my math is terrible. Wait. Yeah, that's a 5.
What did you get on your roll?
I got a 6 plus 1. Oh, no, that's a 6. I was minusing 2. I can math, I promise.
Well, that's still going to be a miss.
Yeah, it's still terrible.
Amit, you got something for this?
It just goes wide. Or maybe he swallows it with his darkness. I don't know what happens. I shoot an arrow and it doesn't hit him.
I'm gonna try and see if I can push him back using the wind. You said it's still raining out, so I don't think I technically have open sky, but I'm gonna leave that judgment call onto you.
I will allow it.
All right, so that's a +2. Any penalties for carrying Lola on my back while I'm, trying to put distance between me and the
Do you have anything for strength or dexterity?
not really.
Like, you're if you can, I'll say if you use your parkour skill, I'll allow it. Then there won't be a penalty.
It's kind of
Fair
like
enough.
dexterity.
Yeah.
No, you're being dexterous with your feet.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Okay, so that we were agreed on that was a +2 in total, or was that a +3 with the parkour skills thrown in?
It'll be a +3.
Okay, that's an 8.
Sounds good. You manage to duck and weave in and out of these tendrils of shadows just looming everywhere. They're coming in trying to stab you, but you manage to duck out of the way. Unfortunately, though, one does catch right through your leg. You are taking a stabbed 2.
Okay, that hurt. That hurt.
Damn.
Okay. All right.
But shouldn't he be? He has a piercing 2 or stab 2 from me. Shouldn't he be rolling a disadvantage or have minus
He
whatever?
already has a stab too.
I shot him earlier.
Oh, that's right. So your stab 2 becomes stab 3.
His stabbed 2 becomes a 3. I shot the darkness guy earlier.
No, that's what he was asking. The darkness guy shouldn't
Shouldn't
he
the
be rolling
darkness
with
guy
penalties?
have a minus to his rolls because I hit him earlier? I shot him earlier.
Allow me to read. Cimmerian Shade. While the empowered assassin is in or near complete darkness, he cannot take hurt statuses. He can also regenerate health.
In or near darkness.
He works on the GM's wishes. I will say this is somebody who is empowered. He has rift-like abilities.
All right. Okay. All right. So, yeah, fun times. We have the literal embodiment of darkness trying to kill us right now. That's
So
fun.
if he's allowed, if he can regenerate and stuff like that, that means I would have noticed that his. Do I notice that he doesn't have that arrow wound from earlier where I shot him?
Yes.
In that case, Leif is going to start just shouting, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. And he's going to start backpedaling like down the car, loosing arrows as he can to slow him down. Maybe sometimes shooting them at other things, like maybe the if he's walking under a street lamp, he might shoot at the street lamp to like rain a shower of glass on top of him or something. But he's kind of decided that like, oh, he just regenerated, he's not hurt anymore, he doesn't have an arrow sticking out of him. We should leave.
As you start moving backwards, you run into something fairly solid. When you turn around to look at it, is a man, almost 7 feet tall, about 4 feet wide, holding a massive handgun.
Almost 7 feet tall.
Correct.
Okay. So Leif is about 6.5 feet tall, so he's like, he looks up slightly, but he's like, this guy is bigger than me. That's a big guy. Crap.
I hear you are here, killing my men.
I haven't killed anybody, which is true.
I speak of the one who skewered my men. As he points his gun over by Amit directly at Janie, or at Lola.
I'm here because what would Leif do? I am here because, and he's going to just shout, "Run!"
Yeah.
and immediately start.
So yeah, Ahmed's on the ball there, and he's booking it as best he can with a stab wound.
This man lets you run. He waves a hand to the darkness walking towards you, and eventually it becomes a part of him. And he just stands there and watches you guys leave.
Don't like this, don't like this, don't like this. Get in the car, get in the car, get in the car.
I mean, so Leif, when he's, I don't know exactly what Janie said how big Lola was, but I'm assuming Lola is not a very large woman. So Leif is probably made a beeline over to Lola's body being passed out. If Amit's not grabbing her,
Wait,
Uh,
no,
he's
Amit,
is-
Amit grabbed her and ran.
yeah.
Amit grabbed her and ran. Then Leif is probably like heading straight over and just like grabbing Coda by the shoulder and just being like, "Let's go."
You don't have to tell me twice. And she's already like halfway down the street.
But he's saying that he's guiding them. Like he's like, "We have a car. Let's like follow me," and he's like guiding Coda towards the like towards the nearest place that he knows that they could like get into one of Lola's vehicles and just go.
Okay. As you are leaving, you watch the man just stare at you, very, very amused. Then he walks into the shadows and disappears. What do you guys want to do?
What does Leif want to do?
Let's see.
Leif is going to check Coda and just be like, "Are you okay? Are you hurt? Did they do anything? Did they get you? We heard that you were in trouble. They were after you. What's going on?" Like, just very much word vomit all over Coda.
Yeah, I'm fine. Just a couple of glancing nicks, nothing major.
All right, well, while you're doing that, I'm just going to be back here patching myself and Lola up so we don't bleed out.
Oh, I mean, we could stop by my girlfriend's.
So Ahmed has a brief moment of pause, considering what he witnessed with Lola earlier, with the whole connections there, and like, right, yes, your girlfriends. Lola's going to kill me later, but yes, that's probably for the best.
Yeah, okay, come on. Who's driving?
I assumed one of the drivers was driving.
Oh, okay, all right. Yes, yeah, I thought you just grabbed a random vehicle and jumped in, just like go, go, go.
I mean, if that's what happened, then probably I would assume Leif because Amit, either Leif or Coda, because Amit is like carrying Lola's body. I don't think he would have time to shove Lola in the back seat and then get in the driver's seat.
I'll say it was Lola's driver.
Okay.
So it's not that far of a drive for you guys to go over to Tabitha's. She has a beautiful apartment in the middle of downtown.
It's not that far of a drive, but it takes us 3 hours. Because Leif is paranoid.
I mean, by then, fucking Lola will have died from blood loss. But no, it takes like about 10 minutes. Coda has the fob for the garage, so you guys make your way downstairs to an elevator. get upstairs to the 20th floor, and Tabitha's like, "What are you? Whoa! Why is she bleeding?"
Bad guys, guns. She got mad trying to save Coda. Big guy, made of shadow. Wouldn't die. We had to go away.
Stabbed
Like,
me.
yeah. Stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah. Both of you on the couch. Just you put your leg up. I'll take a look at that after I take care of Lola. Don't worry about bleeding on everything. It's fine.
I'm more concerned about if I ever do ballet again.
This is a doctor's house. Everything is covered in that like little stretchy plastic stuff they have on the end of their tables anyway.
I mean, for the most part, yes. And she comes over to take a look at both you and Lola. What do you have right now? Stab 2?
Yeah.
You can go ahead and remove that. As she's taking a look at it, she waves her hand over it. Your leg feels cold. You break out into a cold sweat, and for a moment, you swear to God you could hear something screaming in the background. Then it quietly disappears.
Oh, sorry, that was just me. My nerves.
Never seen blood before?
Not really. No.
It's fine. You get used to it after a while. And she does the same thing to Lola. So, why does Lola have a bullet wound? Why are you stabbed? Coda, why does it look like you've been in a gunfight? And why do I smell black powder?
Well, funny story that.
Yes.
So it boils down to Russian Mafia is after Coda because her dad is an asshole, which pissed off Lola into the point that she charged the Russian Mafia with a sword, got shot. I got stabbed making sure she didn't get shot again.
Why? Oh, okay. We don't talk to her father. Her father's a transphobe. Like,
Yes, an asshole.
yeah, so for all I care, the mob can have him. Uh, mm, okay, well, Coda's safe here. Lola might need to spend a couple of days here just to, not die.
Well, that's good. That's yes. Thank you.
Thank you for at least taking care of Coda. I really appreciate it.
Least we could do.
So what now? We just gotta sit back and wait for the mob to do their thing?
Um, well, there is a third party involved that may expedite certain issues.
Coda looks at the two of you. Expedite, like somebody's coming to kill my dad?
Yes.
Oh, well.
Or wants to anyway. We're
Well,
not
let's be fair. Nobody's
entirely.
going to stop her. We're all here. Nobody's going to stop her.
She did say that she would at least talk to him first. So there's like a 95% chance that, well, it's only like 95%. It's not a guaranteed thing.
I mean, it's only a 99.9% chance that gravity will still work tomorrow. What's your point?
just that it's not a guaranteed thing.
All right.
And if gravity stops
So,
working tomorrow, then I guess we don't really. None of this really matters.
yeah. So, Coda, how do you want to celebrate tomorrow morning?
With a bottle of wine. Maybe some screwdrivers. I don't know. Call my mom. She'll probably throw a punch.
Okay.
Right. Well, maybe we should go see this other third party. I'm not really sure. I don't want to stay here too long. But I'm also not positive that brick shithouse of a man that we met won't show up here either.
Brick shit house of a man.
About 7 feet tall, 4 feet wide. Has a gun that's probably about the size of my leg.
Kind of looks like Wednesdays.
Yes.
I know who he is. He's not coming here.
Big Russian guy?
Yeah.
Okay. I am not going to ask any questions.
That's probably for the best.
That is almost always for the best.
Maybe we should go see Angela.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Amit,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think?
I would prefer, getting some sleep before we go see Angela.
I mean,
So Tabitha looks at you and says, I've got energy drinks in the fridge. Just grab one.
Okay, that'll do.
Avoid the ones on the top shelf. Those are like super strength. And
Follow.
make sure you don't go to the fridge on the left that has blood in it.
Okay. One, I have pulled all-nighters before. I know extra strength energy drinks when I see it. Number two, I have hung around no long enough not to ask questions of why you have a fridge full of blood.
Listen, on top of being a surgeon, I'm an oncologist.
Okay.
fascinating.
And I take my work home.
Okay.
Isn't that against you know what? No, I'm not even going
What
to
did I
ask.
just say about asking questions?
I just said I'm not asking. I'm not asking. I'm not here. I'm gonna wait in the car.
So real quick before I move on to the next scene, Amit, do you want to call Jamal and ask about this big motherfucker?
Yeah, I'm doing that as I'm heading out to the door with one energy drink. Not the extra strength, like she said, not to grab one from the top shelf.
Okay.
All right. Jamal, hey, buddy,
Hey, Scott, man.
friend.
What up?
Hey, do you know anything about a giant of a Russian with a big fuck off gun?
Ivan. Yeah, you don't want to fuck with him.
Right. Yeah. I wish I knew that about like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. You really don't want to fuck with him.
Yeah, so I might not be running any races anytime soon with the way my leg's feeling right now.
Yeah, well, could be worse. At least you're still alive if you went up against him.
More like ran away from him.
Mm. Well, if he hasn't chased you down yet to kill you, I think you're in the clear.
That unsurprisingly does not give me much comfort.
Listen, if Chernobog wanted you dead, he'll have you dead.
All right, okay, that gives me far more information than you think it does. All right, thank you, Jamal. If I'm still alive this weekend, I'll swing by your grandma's to say hi.
Yeah, you better.
And like I
She'd
said, if I'm
listen.
still alive.
All right, go have fun.
All right, see you, man.
Bye. So, where are you guys going?
I believe we were going to go see Angela, and
To the judge's residence.
Sounds
Probably.
good.
Well, that would be the only place Leaf assumed that that's where Angela went, so that's where they're going to go.
All right, here we go. It's too quiet beyond the high fences of Judge Mason's not quite mansion. Multiple cars are in the long, winding driveway, but wires to the automatic gate have been cut. The lights are out, but someone's home and not all of its company.
Hmm. Uh, Leif is going to get out of the car, and he said it's a mansion, so I'm assuming they're parked in front of like a gate or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Is the gate open or closed?
Gate is closed, and the power to the gate has literally been cut.
So he could push it open if he wanted to.
Yeah, you're gonna have to make a go toe to toe with it though, because it is a very heavy fence.
Okay. Oof. um, Leif might still be having some nerves. He might still be a little jittery from the events. So even though he's rather large, he rolled a 2.
Oof.
I got double ones.
Yeah, you don't get that fence to go very far.
you need a hand?
Uh, He's just straining against the gate and just kind of like stops. And his back is against it. Maybe we should try pulling it.
So Ahmed is going to go help him.
Okay. Roll go toe to toe for me.
All right. Don't really have anything to add for strength in the realm of tags, but I got an 8.
Yeah, you end up pushing on the gate and it actually swings inward instead of trying to pull it open. And it gives.
Leif looks really embarrassed, but he doesn't say anything and just quickly walks inside.
Yeah, Ahmed's not going to twist the knife. He's just going to keep quiet and not make any comments or anything, and follows him in.
Okay.
Is there anybody we see?
You find about 5 or 6 bodies strewn across the yard. There are some people still alive that are doing their patrols, and they have not noticed you or the bodies yet. They're
They're
just
not
a
doing
little
their
too
job
far.
very well.
Oh, they're a little too far away. There are no lights over here, and there's a bit of a hill.
Hmm.
Do these bones have puncture wounds? Yes, they have crazy straw marks on 1 or 2 of them.
Okay.
Then yeah, Leif is going to he's going to make a beeline for the he wants to make a beeline for the house, but he would make a beeline for any entrance that looks like Angela went in. So is there like an open window? Is the door open?
You notice that over by this massive waterfall pool combo that he's got going on, that there is a door open that leads into the house.
Fancy AF.
All right, so I'm gonna just follow along until we get right up next to the house, and I'm gonna just try and spy to see if there's like any opening on like a upper floor that I could exploit, like a window, balcony door, or something like that.
You notice that one of the guards that is patrolling is walking along, like it's almost like a patio, but it's on the second floor roof. It's like
Hmm.
a walkout that's on the roof that doesn't have any like enclosures or anything. You could just walk around out there. So if you wanted to, you can do that.
But
In the
there's a guard
meantime,
up there.
there is a guard up there. He's currently got his back facing you, and I need both of you to roll sneak around for me.
All right. Well, might as well take advantage of that, and yeah, parkour is getting used up again. Maybe not burnt, but used.
Did you
And
burn it already?
no,
Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, I don't remember you burning it.
no. The only thing I've burnt so far are my claws.
Yep.
Uh, duh, 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 duh. Oh, okay, not bad. So that's a 7.
Okay. And Leaf, what do you got for me?
Leif is probably going to peek inside that door that's open. Is there anybody inside?
No, but I need a sneak around.
Sneaky. Let's see how sneaky Leif is.
Yeah,
Apparently,
you
he's a
don't.
lot more sneaky right now than Straw.
Oh, because you did not see anybody inside, but the sneak around will tell you for sure.
Okay. Leif got a 9 on the dice. Let's see. Do I have any tags that I can add to that? I don't think I have any sneaky tags. So
Okay.
9.
So for both of you, somebody has heard your presence, but they have not discovered you yet. In Leaf's case, the guard up top heard some rustling downstairs and is coming to investigate. And as Amit is climbing up there to do his deal, the guard turns around really quick to watch as you disappear. And he picks up his radio and says, "Hey, I think I got movement out here. Let me get another unit."
Okay. Does Leaf hear any of this?
Yeah, you can hear it.
Crap.
He hasn't seen you yet.
Yeah. He's just whispering this to himself. He's just like, crap. And he is. Is there anywhere that he could possibly hide? Or is there another room that he could sneak into? Like, he's
Yes.
expecting guards to be coming in from outside, so he doesn't want to go back out the door.
Okay, so where you're at right now leads from the pool area into a kitchen. If you go straight, that leads you into the foyer. And if you head right, that goes into the living room. There's a set of stairs from the foyer that heads upstairs to the second floor.
But the guard is on the second floor.
The guard is outside on the second floor.
Okay. He's outside on the second floor, but he heard me on the first floor.
Yeah.
I must have been making a lot of noise.
Or you're right below him.
That's true.
But
But he did say the door was open. So maybe it's a very squeaky door.
Yeah.
Does it sound like the guard is heading towards the stairs?
No, he's currently looking over where that door is, and he doesn't see anybody, so he's kind of going back on patrol.
Then I'm going to be heading towards the stairs, but quietly.
Okay. And Amit, what are you doing?
well, I'm trying to avoid. So the guard above is like going downstairs to investigate, right?
Correct.
All right. So I'm just going to slip inside the building and look around, see if I can figure out where Angela disappeared to inside this place.
Okay.
While trying to avoid any more interior guards.
As you slip into that second floor from that entrance there, you hear some people talking. You hear it, both of you should actually be able to hear this in the living room. There's a couple of gentlemen.
No
Now,
ladies.
no ladies. Listen, as soon as we find the girl, we eliminate this whole problem goes away. Either that or you pay us 500,000 to make this whole problem disappear. Uh, Now I will not be extorted for a simple mistake, sir.
Hmm. Sounds like I was right. Judge is skeezy and corrupt, but he probably was not murderous anyway. I want to see. So I hear them. Do I happen to know what room they're in? Can I tell?
Yes, it is coming from the living room.
Coming from the living room. Okay, so the judge and someone from Ivan's group they're talking in the living room. And Amit went upstairs. I don't know where he is. Angela is here somewhere. I don't know where she is. I can't assume that she is near the judge, though. So I want to see if I can find Angela.
Okay. Roll and investigate for me.
It's dog. I got a 5. It's too dark.
You catch a glint of silver as Angela actually pulls you into a closet. She holds the blade up to your throat as she puts her hand over your mouth. She says, "What the hell are you doing here?"
We rescued kind of Coda, and then we ran into Ivan and kind of had to run away.
I don't know who these people are.
Ivan's the leader of the Russians.
Oh, cool. Now I know who I have to go kill next.
Yeah, he's like 7 feet tall, 4 feet wide, has a massive gun, and apparently one of his henchmen, or maybe it's a part of him, I'm not really sure, is just made entirely of shadow, and you can't hurt him. Ever. He just heals himself.
Figure that problem out later. If you'll excuse me, I am going to hamstring this bastard.
But it sounds like he wasn't. It sounds like the mafia is just trying to extort him. It doesn't sound like he was after your daughter directly, anyway.
I don't care. I'm about to go make this man not be alive.
I thought you said that you didn't care about getting vengeance on him.
He is involved with the mob trying to kill my daughter.
He's involved because they want money from him. He didn't hire them.
God damn you.
That's like saying that someone is involved in a robbery because they got shot on the scene.
You now hear the judge say, all you had to do was kill a girl. I don't understand why that was such a difficult thing.
Nope, never mind.
Some of us can make mistakes and we can be wrong.
See, there we go. Now he can die. Yeah?
I didn't hear anything. I just happened to be in this closet and I'm talking to myself.
If you look outside of the closet, you'll notice that there are multiple pictures up of Judge Mason and the family. You see one of a man roughly 20, like mid to late 20s. There is a folded flag that is hung neatly underneath his portrait. And it says killed in action. There is another poster of a young boy, roughly 12, 13 years old, and it says Cody Mason.
Yeah, okay.
Well, he still has a picture up. Hasn't been updated in a while.
You also see one more, and it's a picture of Judge Mason and his ex-wife. It says Hera Mason.
This is a very lonely man who does not let go of. He cannot get over the past.
Got something to say there, Shock?
If Judge Mason starts throwing lightning bolts, I'm gonna have an issue.
His first name wouldn't happen to be Zeus, would it?
No, it's Wainwright. But we already know that his daughter is Artemis, so
And his wife was Hera.
his wife's name is Hera.
Right?
And I'm Noel. If it fail. So what do you guys want to do? Because Angela's definitely itching for some blood.
Leif is. Well, he's not going. If once he hears like Judge Wainwright, he's just going to be like, well, crap. I thought life was made up of shades of gray, and there's like one instance of just black and white. Okay. Like, go have fun.
Thank you. And you watch as she disappears. Where are you during all of this?
So
I'm pretty sure you're probably walking around seeing all the portraits.
yeah. I'm guessing I'm this upper area is overlooking the living room, and that's
Yes.
how I'm overhearing all of this. It's like, well, there goes all of my moral and ethical constraints about doing this now. Is just the physical ramifications of fighting all the mafia. Fun times. Or I could just slink back out right now and let Angela deal with it. Look, I've already lost like 4 of my 9 lives today. I'm just gonna go.
Um, as you say that, the power cuts. You watch as the entire house is sunk into darkness. There is a brief scream in the distance, and then another, and then another. And the screams get louder as the gunfire starts erupting from the living room. I'm going to need you both to face danger against bullets.
Well,
I'm in a closet. Fuck.
Oh, no. These guys are firing wildly.
Hmm.
And I'm pretty sure a nice non-fragmented 45 will go through a solid wall or two.
yeah.
This judge apparently went for aesthetics rather than protection on his house.
Oh yeah, man's wealthy. He can pay for a private security firm, but he can't pay for a good architect.
Well, I got a
He
9 on
probably
that base
bought the
danger.
house on the market more than anything.
So you got a 9 on the die.
Yep.
I got a
Okay.
6.
Do you guys have any power tags?
No. None that I can
Okay.
think of that would
I
help
mean, not unless
protect me from random gunfire. Unless, you know,
bartender lets me be impervious to bullets.
unless Blessing of the Doggo also applies to cat.
No.
What if I try that?
You do have parkour that will help you dodge stuff.
All right, I'll take the +1 for a 10.
Okay. And then let's see here. What do you have? Hmm. Holy crap. Punch drunk love, maybe?
How would that help with
Yeah, no. All right, well.
I have no no. I'm all for rules lawyering and like trying to explain things, but I mean, there's not a single thing on here that I could even remotely plausibly argue.
Yeah, just looking over it. You're right. All right, so you have
Unless a bullet has a mind and I'm able to like sway its opinion of me, and then it can be like, "Hey, Mr. Bullet, how about you not do that?"
Okay, well, I think you're taking a tier 3 bullet wound.
If it's tier 3, then Leaf is definitely probably screaming. He probably took it straight in the shoulder and hit the back of the closet. It's just like, ow!
And as soon as the bullets die down, you both can see in the middle of a room is Angela. You can plainly see a white streak of hair shadowing over her face as the 2 razor blades in her hands are glowing bright red.
Oh. Huh.
Did she just like go all Kill Bill and slice all the bullets out of the air with her razor blade that were coming at her?
Kind of. She did kind of do the crazy 88 dance in there.
Angela? Armin says as he peeks his head over the balcony. You okay down there?
Yeah, I'm fine. Nothing nothing a doctor's visit won't cure.
Leif just groans from the closet.
Right. So I'm just gonna go get Leif and get him back to the doctor. You you gonna be good, or do you need some help too?
Oh no, I'm just gonna go ahead and slice this man's throat ear to ear.
Right. I'm just going to ignore that you said that and leave while I also have plausible deniability.
I didn't see you here.
Good, because I wasn't here. And he just slinks back down onto the balcony as he makes his way downstairs.
Any last words, Mr. Mason? I don't even know who the hell you are. You took my life from me for 23 years. I rotted away in prison for self-defense. Then I find out that you screw my daughter and have the mafia try to kill her. I'm definitely gonna have fun killing you, sir. Anybody want to try and stop her?
Leif is on the floor in a closet, just like holding his shoulder and groaning. He's probably not even paying attention to what's going on.
I mean, this man was willing to take a life. It's only fair that he's willing to lose his.
Judge Mason sits up in his couch, says, "You don't got it in you, girl. I highly doubt that you could do that to me." She reaches back and with a quick hand slides the blade across his throat. She turns around and just lets him die.
Metal.
What? Did you just say metal?
Yes, I did. I mean, yeah. So I'm assuming. Well, actually, at what point did Amit grab Leif and just like carry him out? Before or after? Did we actually see Judge Mason die, or do we have, as Amit keeps saying, plausible deniability?
I mean, he probably helped pull you out and she waited to get confirmation that you guys were not going to be there for this.
Yeah, so we have plausible deniability.
So then Leif, as far as Leif knows, he could have died in the gunfire. He just Leif is just like, my arm, my life, this hurts, this sucks, this was a terrible idea. Why did I agree to do this? I was supposed to be making drinks for these people, not being shot at.
All right. So you guys hobble your way out of this house and down to the car. I'm assuming you go back to 12 errands.
I was shot. I'm gonna go to the doctor's.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go to
we'll go back to the
Tabitha's.
doctor. Go back to Tabitha's.
I'll go to
Tabitha's gonna
Tabitha's.
hate us.
Tabitha.
Oh, hold on. More blood. Yay. I just finished cleaning it. Come
It wasn't
on.
me this time.
Lay on the couch.
They shot
Lola's.
me, Tabitha.
Oh, you'll be okay. Lola's asleep in my bed right now. So, how'd it go?
Mm, Well,
I made a mistake. Probably should have just gone straight back to the 12 herons. That's how it went. I got shot. I'm not going to be mixing drinks for a while.
Oh, you'll be fine. Yeah, you're in good hands.
all right. And we didn't have to deal with an all-knowing or ever-present Shadow Man. Yay!
Tabitha turns on the news. It's like she puts it just kind of drown out the screams as I pull the bullet out. Here, you might want to bite down on a wallet or something.
Speaking of, I think just now realizes, shit, where's my wallet?
As Leif pulls out his leather wallet, just like bites on it.
You watch as Tabitha starts like going through and literally pulling out fragments of wall and bullet out of Leaf's shoulder.
And terrible polyester suits.
Yeah.
The judge had very bad taste in clothing.
He shopped at the Men's Warehouse. But a news report comes on, says, in such heartbreaking news this morning, Judge Wainwright Mason was found brutally murdered in an appearance of a gangland hit. There are many Russian mobsters stationed around his villa, and it appears as though somebody or some group has attacked both the Russian mob and the judge. The city mourns one of its brightest lights.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Harvey.
They would, exploit the fact that the Russian mob seems to have been defending the location as, a juicy headline to throw the rising star underneath the bus. But what am I saying about the news? What do I know?
But you feel your wallet get thrown into your lap.
I look in the direction that was thrown from.
You're looking at Angela. Drop this.
Ah, thanks.
Sorry, it's covered in blood.
Not the first time.
Probably a good thing not to leave at a crime scene like that.
Yeah. Thank you again. So, you good?
Yeah, I feel much better.
Right. Now, are you to go seek out therapy and maybe try to get into contact with your daughter in a healthier fashion?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she walks over to you and gives you her razors.
Okay. Well, thank you.
I'm not going to be needing them anymore.
All right. Well, looks like I need to learn how to give myself a shape of a straight razor. Thank you.
I can show you. And she disappears again.
And you just hear Leaf screaming in the background.
Oh, you're fine. Don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. Quit yelling. She stops pulling at something and grabs a needle and just jabs it into your wound. There, have some morphine. It'll be fine.
Thank you.
And there we go. And she pulls out a large chunk of bullet. Cool. Now I can do the magic thing. And she waves her hand over it, sealing up your wound. You feel cold, you feel clammy, and you hear 1,000 screams.
I feel like it's 1001 because his own.
He hears
Yeah.
himself screaming amongst the cacophony.
Well, all's well that ends well, right?
He is very unsettled by this. he's not saying anything, but he's just like, I don't know if I want this doctor anymore. I mean, maybe I do because, well, I recovered from a bullet wound in just a couple hours, but screams of the damned versus longer recovery time.
This cleans. All right. Well, before we wrap up with the scene, is there anything else you guys wanted to do here?
Nope. Leif wants to go home.
All right. Amit?
Probably gonna give Vincent and Noel a call, telling them that, hey, so we just finished wrapping up. We may or may not have something to do with the whole judge thing. Pretty much, he just gives them the whole as much of the situation as they're willing to take. And Lola is going to probably hate us all later, so be aware of that.
The stream broke, I guess? Can they still hear me? Hello.
No,
Test,
we're
test, test,
completely
1, 2.
off. Oh, what? Hold on.
Looks like it's back up.
Minor streaming hiccup.
Give it a few seconds here. Because, yeah, these end credits are going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're back up.
Okay, there we go.
We're back. Okay. And we're back. It just didn't.
And we're
Nobody cares about what I had to say. That's all. They're just like, it's him. He can just, meh. Everybody's starting to log off. Nobody's watching anymore. So, all right. Yeah. So my name is Mark. I've been the voice of Leif Fenmore, and don't really have much going on. I've got a martial arts tournament coming up in Tampa that I'm going to be going to, and I have my Instagram. That's 5. I'll probably post a couple pictures of the tournament there, and I post pictures of travel and stuff that I've gone and done and seen. So, yeah, that's that.
Very nice. Real quick, I'm gonna pitch for Janie. You can find Janie as Janie Potts 7575 on Twitter, I believe. Janie will be in Janie's in a number of games. The one more recently coming up will probably be Shockpoint's game. She'll also be back in our next month's game for City of Mist Breaking Neon. And then on to me. My name is Alan. I am a professional game master as Panopticon GM. You can find me on Twitter as that. You can also find me in the City of Mist Garage on Drive-Thru RPG. Sometime next week, I will actually be dropping a new game for the garage called Till Death Do Us Part. It is going to be an amazing race against time to save love and lives. So be on the lookout for that. I am currently in the works of trying to do another game. Wasn't sure how well I did with the comedy one, the whose role is it anyways? So I'm trying something a little different. So keep an eye on that in the Singularity Roleplay channel. There is a interest call for that. And outside of that, let's do our end scene. Amit.
Mm-hmm.
You're at home. It's been a few days since the incidents over at Judge Mason's place and over at Tabitha's house. You left the razors sitting on your drawer, kind of just shoved them away. And as you pick it up and hold it in your hand, you notice that the blade is. Oh, and apparently we'll also. Okay. You notice that the blade is made out of silver. It's very sharp. The handle on it is elegantly chiseled in. This is a masterpiece of work. As you're handling this blade, you think, why not? And you try to give yourself a quick little shave, and it works fairly well. You don't need to put a whole lot of pressure. Takes the hair right off very cleanly, no effort. And as you do this, you look in the mirror and you hear, they all deserve to die.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, so I'll just set that back down.
And as you set that down, you look over and your other arm is up with the other blade. And that is where I'm ending tonight's session. Please join us at the end of next month, the last Sunday, for our next case, House of the Forgotten. We'll catch you all next time.
Don't like the evil laugh.
Oh, yes. And whose role will be coming back? We just got to do a couple of changes. We'll also be back next Saturday. Oh, yes, I did forget about that. Next Saturday, we'll start trying to do a morning talk show. Still working on the details for that. Anyways, have a great night, everybody, and hope to see you back here on Singularity.
Bye.